Hi, in this video we are going to talk about the case 5 for AFM Unit 5, and the case 5 basically says construct a Z table and plot a standard normal curve. Now there are two terms that are discussed here. A Z table is basically a table that looks like this. We must have studied this in statistics. Z values are nothing but the standard deviation values. So when you're plotting a normal curve, then Z is basically the number of standard deviations away on either side that we are saying. Since this is positive that we see here, it's on the right side here, right? So if you were to take 0, how do you look at a Z table? The first part is here and then you add this part to the Z table, right? So if you want to look at 0 standard deviations away from the mean, what is the cumulative probability of that number being there? This is, remember, cumulative probability, which means it basically gives you the figure on the left side of that curve. So 0 standard deviation, 0 plus 0, what should be the probability? 50%, right? If you come on this side and you go to 1 standard deviation, what does this mean? What do we mean by a normal curve that we see? That between the mean and 1 standard deviation on both sides, 1 standard deviation minus 1 standard deviation, you have 68% of the values, which basically means 16% is here, and which basically means if I'm looking for 1 standard deviation on the Z table, that's going to give me this entire value. That's going to be 16 plus 68%. Let's see if that is the case. 1 standard deviation, 1.0 plus 0, and that gives you 84%, right? So that's exactly how we look at the value. Now, the way it works is, are you looking at 1 standard deviation? Are you looking at 1.1 standard deviation or 1.12 standard deviation? So where is 1.12? This is 1.1, and 1.1 plus 0.02, this point is 1.12, right? So the first task we have is basically to understand this bit and then try and construct this Z table, right? Because it is a cumulative function, it can be found using the formula norm dot dist, right? That's the first part. The second part is we have to plot a standard normal curve. So we have to try and plot an exactly normal curve, right? That plotting can also be done using the norm.dist formula, but in a slightly different format, right? So we are going to use that as well, and we're going to use that in a slightly different format to kind of understand what is that. What is a standard normal curve? When you look at a standard normal curve, typically what you try and rationalize it into is that your mean is made as 0 and your standard deviation is converted as 1. So for a standard normal curve, your mean, which is mu, is 0 and sigma is 1, right? You can convert any normal curve into a standard normal curve. If you remember in statistics, you would have studied how to create a Z value. So Z value for any function can be created by x minus mu divided by sigma, right? So if you are given any value, x minus mu upon sigma for that particular function will give you the Z value. Z basically tells you Z value is nothing but how many standard deviations away from mean. Let's recap that. Let's take an example. Let's say mean is 15%, standard deviation is 20%, Z value and x is 35%, right? So what is Z value? 35 minus 15 divided by 20. That's equal to 20 by 20, so Z value is 1. What that means is that the 35% level on this curve, 15% plus 1 sigma is 35%, is 1 standard deviation away from the mean. That's what the standard normal curve means. So basically what you have done is, if you assume mean is 0 and you're 1 standard deviation away, you can convert anything to Z tables, and that's the standard normal curve that we are going to use. And based on that, we will be able to kind of create the Z table now, right? Let's try and create the Z table. So let's go to our Excel file, and we know that if we have to create the Z table here, I'm going to start with 0.0 on this side, and I'm going to start with 0.00 on this side, right? And go to home, and let's add a couple of decimal points to this, or let's actually convert it to a number itself, and that's 0.00, and I'll add one decimal point here. Here we're going to add 0.1, so we're going to keep doing that all the way down till, let's say, 2, 2.5, 3, whatever. So 1.5, and we're going to take it to, let's say, 2.1 or whatever. Here I'm going to add this plus 0.01, right? And I'm going to take this on this side till we reach 0.09, because post that it becomes 0.10, right? Now in this cell is where we are going to basically use the function norm.dist. So is equals to norm.dist. What is x? X is this plus this. We are looking at these two values, right? This plus this. What is the mean in a standard normal function? Mean is 0. Standard deviation is 1. And cumulative, we want the cumulative distribution function, so we will say 1 or true. Close this. This, because it's 0 standard deviation, the value should be 50%, right? Yeah, so I think we made a small error here. This cumulative should be true. We did not select true. We select true, press enter, the value is 50%, right? That's what we get. Now when I drag it on the right side, this will not give a correct value. I want this value to stay here. So I want A8 to remain A8, but B7 to change to C7, right? So what do? A8, A has to be frozen, right? When I drag it on the right, A does not need to change. B7, 7 needs to be frozen. Press enter, drag it on the right side, and that's the value we get for each of the movements that we see. Drag it below, and that's the value we get for the values below that, right? Now let's look at this data and let's try and understand what we are seeing. Basically, if you were to plot a curve, this data is telling you that if you're looking at 0.12 standard deviations, the probability function gives you 55%, right? That's the Z table you have created. In fact, if you want to look at and value some of the data points that we saw on the table we had, what was, let's say, 0.12. 0.12 is 5478. Do we get 5478 here? We get 5478 here, exactly the same value as what we have put in there. What this basically means is that if you were to plot a curve anywhere, and you were to look at a certain number of standard deviation, let's say you're looking at 0.75 standard deviations, the intersection point is 0.77, so there is a 77% probability of the returns being on this side. That's what you're getting, right? This 77% is giving you this data that 0.75 SD away from the mean, what's going to be the value? That's what we have calculated. We can similarly calculate the negative values as well. I can just copy this entire set and put it here. What happens if I want to go to the left side of the curve? All I need to do is do this minus 0.1 and we'll get the negative values, right? And I can just copy it down. So minus 1, right? If I was to look at minus 1 standard deviation, how much would be on the left side of minus 1? 16%. How much would be on the left side of minus 2? Roughly about 2.3%. So 95.5% is in between two standard deviations, 2.25 on the left side, 2.25 on the right side, correct? That's basically our Z tables. Z tables typically are these two tables that you will find, and that gives you the Z table for this. Remember, in this case, we chose this value as true, and this value true is what is called as a cumulative distribution function. It gives you the total value under the curve, right? There is one more value that exists there, which is the false value. Right, now let's try and see what happens with the false value. For that, I'm going to do -3. I'm going to just keep adding 0.1 to that, and I'm going to take this down all the way up to +3 now. So these are standard deviations that we have plotted, and we need only till +3 probably. We can remove that, right? Now let's go up, and on this point, I'm going to put the function norm.dist. What is x? X is this value, -3 standard deviations away from the mean. Mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. Now I'm going to use this false. That's the probability mass function. What's the exact probability at that point is what I'm trying to find out. And I'm going to double click this. Once I double click this, what will happen is essentially, if you were to look at what's the cumulative function? Cumulative function is just the sum of all these. So if I was to look at the cumulative function for 1, right? So for 1, if you sum all these, and obviously because we have not taken anything below -3, if I was to take -1, the sum should be 84%, right? So that's basically 16% is what the sum should be, essentially. That's the 84% that we're getting here. So if I kind of keep adding this, let's make this as 0 and keep adding this here, and you do this, for example, right? So let's now understand how does this play out. How does this play out? Let's select this data and let's try and insert a chart, and we're going to insert a line chart. We are more concerned about this orange chart here. We're not concerned about the yellow or the blue one, because blue is the standard deviations. This blue should actually be on the x-axis. So I'm going to delete this, and what do we get straight away? We get the exact normal curve based on the probability density function. I can select the data. Horizontal axis has to be this set of data, and I can freeze it, and I can click OK. And what we see here on the horizontal axis is the standard deviations. I can basically format the axis, and I can change the numbers, and I can change the difference between the numbers that is there. Tick marks, what is the interval between marks, what are the labels, what are the interval between labels, and how's this basically getting crossed. So right now, if we look here, it's giving interval between the labels as automatic. I can specify the interval as 10, and then basically it takes 10 points and gives this, and this is basically what the standard normal curve would look like, essentially, right? You're saying that bulk of your values are going to come till 0. What's the exact number of points you're going to get there is kind of given here. That's a frequency kind of a distribution, and that's exactly your standard normal curve. The area between 1 and 1 standard deviation is going to be exactly 68% in this case, right? That's the exact nature that you're going to get here in terms of your overall calculations that you see there, right? And that is exactly what we were trying to plot in terms of our overall calculations in the normal curve. That's how you kind of plot the normal curve. So instead of using true here, which gives you the cumulative distribution, and that gives you essentially the Z tables, to plot the curve, we're going to use false here, and then we can plot the curve essentially here, right? And that's basically in this particular exercise. That's how we kind of create Z tables. It should be fairly easy to interpret and understand Z tables, normal distributions, whenever they come across you. It's important to kind of have an understanding of these. And that's basically the end of this particular case in AFM. Thank you.